All right, guys. Well, welcome to the special edition bonus episode you're gonna get for this week. So, fun little bonus episode from us. Gables still doesn't know what it is, and I'm really excited to tell him. Um,
Oh
oh, you
no.
know what? I'm gonna need to get a beer for this real fast. Give me 2 seconds. I apologize.
Hmm. Well, this is definitely going to be interesting. I wonder what was worthwhile for him to get a beer for this.
All right, and I'm back. Sorry about that, guys. I was gonna do that before we did this, but I forgot all about it. I'm just really excited to do this. So, Gables, I
Yeah.
made you don't know what this is.
Okay.
I've told you about it before we started recording the original show. Um, I put more time into this as I'm willing to admit. I was gonna go a lot deeper into it, and I'll get to that in a second. But I made you a bracket, buddy,
A bracket.
an NCAA style bracket. Um,
Okay.
so there's a streamer that he works for Kind of Funny, Barrett Courtney, no relation.
Okay.
Um, he does like brackets every week on his Twitch streams, and then it kind of and I'm like, oh, it'd be fun to do. I was thinking about like, oh, cool little brackets, and Kind of Funny did one for their PlayStation show PSO PS I Love You XOXO, and I'm like, oh, like it got me like they did one that was like they like did the 64 best they did a bracket for the 64 like um best PS4 exclusive games, like console exclusive games.
Okay.
And I'm just like, oh man, I'm like, that gave me even more going. I'm like, oh man, I really want to do a bracket, but I'm like, what is it gonna be? And I'm like, I was thinking like do like small, like, because I've always wanted to do like more of them, but I never really knew like, do we want to do big ones? Do we want small ones? Like we've done a couple in the past, we've done a few in the past as well. Um, but Gables, I made you a personal one. I
Okay.
went back and I thought about it. I'm like, how long have we been doing the show for? I'm like, all right, we've done. It's been over 7 years. We've done seven game of the year shows, but
Yeah.
in 2013 we only did the top five. For the other six in 2014 through 19 we did the top 10. So that's 65 games that we've ranked in the last 7 years.
Yeah.
So I made you. I went back and fun fact, I have them all like written down. I'm like I have this like little like journal type thing that I always keep my notes in for the show, or if I'm like doing like I always write down a top 10 list every year, and that's how I figure out like our overall game of the year and stuff. And but I did not have 2013, so today I had to go back and listen to our 2013 game of the year show, which was like episode like 26 that we did. Um,
Wow.
yeah, so I did like I said, I put more time in this than I wanted to, or I thought I was going to, and I really want to talk about. But I did. What's really hard is finding an actual like just bracket that doesn't cost money, or that isn't like really hard to do. I actually found this like I found this NCAA Google Doc, and I just deleted out all the schools, and I just typed in all of your games. So what I
Okay.
did, I hope this makes sense. I've tried to think, how am I gonna explain this? So what I did is I broke them down. Okay, here's all your ones, twos, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nines, and tens over the last, over the course of seven different, our list that we've done. So we have one playing game. So we have the bottom two 10 seeds for the bottom two 10 games that were number 10 on your list. I put into its own playing game. But
Okay.
what I originally was going to do is I wrote it all down. I was like, all right, I'm going to look at the Metacritic score, and I'm gonna rank them by Metacritic score. I'm like, I'm already like 3 hours into this. I'm not doing that. I'm not gonna look up 65 different games. So what I did is I broke them down. All right, here's all the ones he's had for the last 7 years, and I broke them down. So like 2013's got the number one overall seed, but then obviously there's 4-1. We all know how the bracket works. There's four different brackets of 16 teams, and then they're ranked 1 through 16. 1 plays 16, 8 plays 9, 5 plays 12, 4 plays 13, 6 plays 11, 3 plays 14, 7 plays 10, 2 plays 15, all the way through. Um, and Gables, I know you know how the NCAA bracket works, correct? And
Yes.
you know how, I mean, everybody knows how brackets work, yes, in general. But so I put a lot of time in this. So I'm really excited. I'm gonna do mine next
Oh
week
my God.
because it took a little bit. I was gonna do both of ours this week, so I didn't think. I figured I was looking at the content. I'm like, we're gonna have like a 30-minute episode, so I want to spread out some more. But we went over a little over an hour, so I'm like, fuck it, we just do our little fun things, and I'll probably just do the same thing for mine next week. Um, but anyways, Gables, I actually went through and I named each bracket. So
my God.
I'll tell you what the matchups are here soon. I can't wait because they're gonna be fun for you. But the first bracket is called the Hodgepodge bracket.
Okay.
Okay. Bracket number 2 is Jack's credit card bracket.
Fuck.
Bracket number 3 is Into the Darkness bracket. And bracket number 4 is Gables' mom made tacos night. It's a bit of a mouthful, but that's the bracket names. Or I'll just call it taco night at Gables' house. How about that?
There you go.
That bracket. So, I'm gonna run through. I'll give them their first round matchups real fast. So in the Hodgepodge bracket, we have seed number 1, Pokemon X and Y, versus seed 16, Grow Home.
Oh, okay.
All right. So we'll just go through. I think we'll go round by round. I think is the best way to do this. So Gables,
Good idea.
what is it? Pokemon X and Y. Actually, real fast before I get to this, it's funny. So when I wrote down when I write down the names of the games when we like, 'cause I write them down live as like when you make the announcements, what your games are. But I always just write. I'll write like Fire Emblem, or Pokemon, or Tetris, or whatever. And I'm like, and I had to I was doing this today. I'm like, what fucking Pokemon game came out in 2018? I'm like, so I had to go back and look at 19, 18, 17, and 16. I'm like, fuck, what came out those years? So I had to do this every year because there's like a new, I forgot there's a new fucking Pokemon game every goddamn year. But so that took me a little more time. There's a Tetris game that you had on your list in like, what was it, 2000? I want to say like 17 or 18, 2016. And I can't for the life of me figure out what fucking Tetris game it is. So it's just called Tetris.
Tetris 99?
No, that was last year. This is like 2016.
Oh shit.
It's on your list. I'm like, maybe it's Tetris Effect. I'm like, no, that came out the year after. So I don't know what the fuck Tetris game it is. But you have a Tetris game on your goddamn top 10 list. So I don't know. Hopefully you remember what it is because I don't. So Gables, in the Hodgepodge bracket, Pokemon X and Y versus Grow Home. What do you got?
Obviously, I'm going to go with Pokemon X and Y because I enjoyed both of those games more so than Grow Home.
Okay, obviously. Okay. I completely forgot what Grow Home was when I wrote that down. I'm like, what the fuck? I had to Google it. I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot about that game. So, in the 8 versus 9 matchup, some of these are pretty crazy because it's like I said, like, you know, some of the games that were number 1 on your list are also like the 2 seeds. So it's like some of these like are be tougher matchups. I can't wait till we get later on. But in the 8 versus 9 matchup, at number 8, then the 8 seed, BioShock Infinite versus the 9 seed, Pokemon Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon.
Okay. Oh man, I'm automatically from the get-go here. This is gonna be interesting. So you have Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, and then you have freaking BioShock Infinite. Man. That's right. BioShock Infinite was on my top 10 list all those years ago.
It was. I'm gonna go back and look here. Give me a second. I got it written down. It was number 5 of 2013.
Wow. Yeah. So that was been like one of the
that was our first year.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay, and I'm thinking about this. I really did enjoy for the most part, you know, the story of BioShock Infinite. I definitely love like the vigors that you could do, like the freaking octopus, that splash octopus stuff of shit, and then like the murder of crows was pretty fun. Oh boy, but Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, yeah, that's definitely something that was better than the previous iteration. And during the year that I played Pokemon Ultra Sun and stuff like that, I did enjoy my time with the game in and of itself. Ooh, it's a little bit difficult to me because it's like both games are definitely good quality in terms of their gameplay, in terms of the factors that I play them through from beginning to end. I did enjoy what I played and stuff, but in regards of gameplay stuff, and no, just in regards of just in general, I know this is pretty much one of the Gables answers to say, though, but I would go Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon over BioShock Infinite.
Okay. But let you know, I typed that. I put in Pokemon Ultra Sun and Moon like immediately. So.
Well, you know me too well.
I do. So moving on to the 5 seed versus the 12 seed. So in the 5 seed, Goat Simulator. In the 12th seed, Destiny 2. Who you got?
hilarious. Oh, Goat Simulator or Destiny 2. Oh my god. This is actually going to be a difficult one for me because I enjoyed the shit out of Goat Simulator. And you know what, Destiny 2, even though I stopped playing it like a few years ago, like what? It was like January of 2018. And the last time I played it was with some friends and stuff, finishing up the regular campaign. And what's most hilarious about it is it's like I actually got the fucking
Platinum.
Forsaken. I actually got not the platinum.
Oh, I think it's
Oh my god, I got the freaking the Forsaken Destiny 2 disc and stuff like that I got for discount like at $5 at Walmart.
Oh yeah, that's right. Forgot about that. Yeah. Wow.
But
okay.
Oh my gosh. Oh my god, I had so much fun playing Goat Simulator as well. Oh man, that's some funny shit, but at the same time, man, oh god. Oh, I'm actually kind of racking my brain because it's like I enjoyed both of those fucking games. But what would I go with here? I'm gonna go with. I am definitely gonna go with fucking Goat Simulator.
All right. So far it's been chalk. All the higher seeds have won. All right. Very cool. That was the first. That was a toss up for me when I first typed that one out. So, moving on to the 4th seed versus the 13th seed. At number 4 seed, Dragon Ball Fighters.
Okay.
Versus number 13 seed, Bloodborne.
Oh shit. There we go. Let's see. I definitely have played more so of Dragon Ball Fighters than I have of Bloodborne, but Bloodborne definitely is a fantastic fucking game in its own right. Even though I still haven't finished it, and I still fucking need to get past a certain section of that game. But you know what? I've definitely loved playing Dragon Ball Fighters. It's definitely scratched that itch that I've had for a long time of a 3v3 Marvel vs. Capcom style of fighting game. So I'm going to go with Dragon Ball Fighters.
Nice. Okay. All right. So 4 seed wins. So this is the next one here. This is I don't know if there's any more, but this is the first one I can see in the first round. The only one I can see so far in the first round, where it's 2 games that came out in the exact same year. They just happened to land in the first round here. It's the number 6 seed versus the number 11 seed. The number 6 seed, Untitled Goose Game, versus Mario Maker 2 at the 11 seed. What do you got?
Oh.
If we're sticking with because both these games came out the same year. You had Untitled Goose Game was number 3, and I believe Mario Maker was number 8 that year.
Well, you know what?
Last year. So
I did enjoy Mario Maker 2, but at the same time, I enjoyed Untitled Goose Game more because that was fucking hilarious, and I had so much of a ball just being an asshole goose.
Yeah, I mean, obviously. Yeah, it was actually your number 6 game of last year. So are you going Goose Game then?
Yeah, I'm going Untitled Goose.
Cool. All right, moving on. So this one we have the 3rd seed versus the 14th seed. We have here at number 3 seed, 2014 Super Smash Brothers Wii U versus last year's. I believe it was it was your 8th rated game of last year. It was 2019's Persona 5 Dancing All Night.
Oh wow!
Are we gonna have a first upset here?
You know what? I didn't really play a hell of a lot of Smash Brothers like for the Wii U because I'd played so much in the 3DS.
Yeah, I was the same way. I remember because I was looking at my top 10 list for that year in 2014. It was just like same thing. Whereas like by the time the Wii U version came out, I was burned out because of 3DS.
So you know what? It's going to be a controversial thing, but I'm going to go with Persona 5 Dancing in Starlight.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Dancing in Starlight. I just wrote dance down because I couldn't fit. So yeah,
and I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why too, because that freaking dancing game, that was so addicting and it was so hilarious. It was during that same year that I played through the 2 other iterations, Persona 4, Dancing All Night, and Persona 3, Dancing in Moonlight, and then with Starlight and stuff. That was definitely a fun game, and I enjoyed playing the tracks over and over again. And I've played through even more so now because I have played through most of Persona 5 Royal, which, by the way, I am going to finish that damn game. I'm 90 hours in. I'm not going to put that game on ice.
Almost halfway. Good job.
Oh, I love Smash games and stuff, but Smash for the Wii U was definitely not was as memorable for me, because, like you stated previously, both of us played the game mostly on the 3DS, and by that point when the Wii U version came out, I bought it, I played it. It's still a great game, but I played and enjoyed Persona 5 Dancing in Starlight more.
All right. Very cool though. That's awesome. I get that. I kind of saw that one coming when I wrote that, put that down. But moving on, we have this 7 and 10 matchup here. At number 7, we have Fire Emblem Birthright versus number 10, Earthbound Beginnings.
Wow. Holy shit, we got like 2 RPGs against each other right here.
There's going to be a lot of Pokemon and Fire Emblem in this. I did not realize. I knew you were a big fan of both. I didn't know how big a fan.
Oh my gosh. You know what? Well, you know what? Like, Fire Emblem Birthright was definitely a fun game.
That was the 3DS. Was that the first 3DS one?
Actually, no, it was the second one, because Awakening was the first one.
Oh, I always mix those two up. Okay. Because Awakening was on this list, by the way.
Yeah, I kind of figured that one. But, like, Birthright was a part of, like, a trilogy of Fire Emblem games released around that time with Conquest and, oh my gosh. There was a third one that was, like, downloadable only on the 3DS. However, let's see, Earthbound Beginnings was definitely something near and dear to me because, for one, I have been a fan of the Earthbound series for a long time, starting with Super Smash Bros. For the 64 and learning subsequently about it over the years with Starman.net, and also with all sorts of various hardcore fans clamoring for ports of Earthbound and Earthbound Beginnings and stuff. So when the Earthbound Beginnings finally came out on the Wii U of all platforms, it colored me friggin' fucking excited. And even so, playing through that game, it was fucking weird. And what I mean by that, it was fucking weird in a good way. Because, in a sense, I was playing an actual full-on new Nintendo game released in what was it, like 2014, 2015 or something like that?
I am
gosh. I think it was around that time, because by then it was pretty much the Wii U's life cycle was on pretty much close to its death spin.
2014.
Before this. Yeah, 2014, okay. I did have a lot of fun with Earthbound Beginnings and stuff. Well, let's see. So you know what? I'm going to go with another controversial one. I'm going to go with Earthbound Beginnings over Fire Emblem Birthright, because I enjoyed that story. I enjoyed that gameplay. And the final boss battle and that scene where you have your 3 characters. You know, you have Ninten, you have Anna, and you have Lloyd. Looking in the background, it's all dark, it's all ominous and stuff. And all of a sudden you see this gigantic alien ship just like go through and start rising up in the distance. And all of a sudden you get to face off against this alien monster and stuff. And to be perfectly honest with you, the whole story and aspect I felt was better told inside Earthbound Beginnings, because it revolved around an alien by the name of Gigu, who is like the precursor to the sequel game, the enemy that you face in the sequel game called Gygus. Definitely love Earthbound Beginnings. It may not be like the best sort of RPG from back then, but it was definitely difficult, definitely had its parts, but the story was strong, the gameplay was fun and addictive, and you know what, having a guide close in hand definitely helped things.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go with Earthbound Beginnings.
All right. And then the last matchup in the first round of the hodgepodge bracket. Number 2 seed, Mario Odyssey, versus Gables' favorite game of all time, at number 15 seed, Ghost Recon Wildlands. I'm just going to go ahead and click it in place, but I still love it. Goodbye, Mario Odyssey.
Oh my god. You know what's funny? I freaking platinumed Wildlands.
I know, you hate the game so much, though. It's funny.
Oh man, I know. From back in the day, it's like, oh god, back in the day, that was like freaking 2 years ago. But yeah, you know what? I'm gonna go Super Mario Odyssey
Yeah.
because that game was fucking phenomenal.
Yeah, that was from 2000. God, that was in 2006, 17,
17.
17. Yep. All right, Mario Odyssey. All right, now we're moving on to the next bracket here. Jack's credit card. Uh, we have the number 1 seed versus number 16. This is actually a pretty cool, pretty crazy matchup. But number one seed, Mario Maker 1
Okay.
versus number 2 seed, or number 6. I'm sorry, number 16 seed, Cuphead.
Wow. Okay.
Because you had in 2000, what was it? You had Cuphead as the number 10 in 2017. That's how it fell
Well,
so
that's
far.
right. And it's kind of the same case as like back then. The only reason why I had it down on the number 10 is because I played the game, but I never finished the game.
Mhm.
I went through the first world or first like stage area and stuff, and I didn't continue on past then because well I lost interest and then I went to do something else. But I'll tell you what, man, Super Mario Maker definitely was a fantastic game. It was one of the first of its kind for Nintendo, to where you could create your own Mario stages, upload your levels and stuff to that stuff. I have some great memories with that game.
Mm.
So I'm gonna go Super Mario Maker.
All right, very cool. All right, I was like, this was like the one I was looking at for like the 1 versus 16s. I'm like, this could be the real upset right here. But no, he made the decision. But now moving on to the next one here, number 8 versus 9 seed. Number 8, we have Yu-Gi-Oh! Legacy of the Duelist versus number 9, Resident Evil 2.
Oh my god, this is actually an equal battle on equal footings. I love Yu-Gi-Oh! I love playing Yu-Gi-Oh! But you know what? Even though I never finished this, I like Resident Evil 2 more.
Oh boy, boy. This is the okay. What? All right. I don't like it, but I'm typing it. All right, I'm typing it in. Okay.
Oh my god.
All right. Okay. That hurts.
I think it's because my interest in Yu-Gi-Oh! Has really waned over the past like few years. I still love playing the card game. I still will. But at the same time, when I played Resident Evil 2 and I started going through the beginning aspects of it and also towards like the middle portions of that game and all of a sudden encountering the liquor for the first time and stuff, man, that was some fucking hilarious shit. Especially when I was going to the room and I'd see the damn thing right behind me, like, oh no, we don't.
I played both those games in the last couple months, and Yu-Gi-Oh! Legacy of the Duel still holds up. So I want to point that out.
Well, yeah, it does hold up. I agree with you. It's still a fun game.
Yeah. But moving on here, we have the number 5 versus the 12 seed here. We have number 5 seed Sonic Mania versus the 12th seed Sekiro.
Ooh. Ooh, here we go. Sekiro did have fun combat.
Mm-hmm.
Hard as balls.
Mm-hmm.
I still haven't gotten past that first boss. But I'll tell you something. Sonic Mania. Sonic Mania, the first time I booted that game up and I started playing that game, instantly my mind flashed back to when I was 5 years old playing Sonic 1 in the Genesis at a cousin's house. It gives me great happiness and satisfaction back then when I first played it, that I got that same feel and I got that rare feeling. It's like, oh my god, I'm playing a new Sonic game, a new retro Sonic game in like, what was it, 2018 or something like that?
2017.
Yeah, 2017. When I played that and it felt like an actual first time I played a Sonic game, I got emotional. I'm gonna admit that right now, man. It was like, it was awesome playing through that entire game, seeing all the various elements that they did, especially M2, that company and stuff, that super fan that later went through and helped Sega actually produce a great Sonic game that was pretty much unheard of because they were freaking having all these random crap in terms. Even Sega, even themselves, at one point forgot how to make a fucking good Sonic game. And then all of a sudden Sonic Mania comes out because a fan project inspired them to go through and look into this dude that later became like one of the driving forces behind M2 when their like initial stuff. Sonic Mania is definitely going over Sekiro.
Good. You made the right call. I figured that's what you're gonna do, but I was worried. You had me scared there. All right, moving on. This one shocked me. I completely forgot about this game existing, but it was actually your number 3 favorite game from 2013. But the number 4 seed, Guacamelee,
Okay.
versus the 13th seed, Arms.
Oh. Arms. Well, you know what? Arms, I did go through and I played through the entirety of the. Actually, I went through the entire campaign multiple times with all. Actually, no, the arcade mode multiple times with all the different characters, even the new ones after release. But I'll tell you what, man. Guacamelee, it holds a place in my heart, man. It has all of the fun aspects that I enjoy at Metroidvanias. And what's hilarious about it, it has even more stuff I love about it because there's random memes spread it in, with different video games, different characters, but there's also the number one thing that I like, and that's, well, actually, it's one of the many things I like, and that's professional wrestling. And so going to Lucha Libre and doing all this other shit, all these wrestling moves, doing pile drivers and doing all this other shit. Man, Guacamelee is definitely the game I'd pick.
Okay, cool. All right then, moving on. We have the 6 versus 11 matchup here. We have Kirby Triple Deluxe versus maybe the most shocking game, and I completely forgot you did it. And it's funny that it wasn't me, but it was you that did it. The Forza Horizon Fast and Furious path. Yeah, I gotta look up what year it was. What year did you put it in? Give me a second.
That was a free game too on Xbox Live.
Yeah, 2015. It was your number 7 game of the year. Was the free update for Forza Horizon and Fast and the Furious.
And oh man, Forza Horizon 2 had that freaking. Oh, the Fast and the Furious DLC or whatever the hell. It was actually a full-on game. It was a full-on playable game inside there with various missions of it. And I enjoyed it back then because it had a lot of good set pieces. It had a lot of good physical things, though. But I'll tell you what, with Kirby Triple Deluxe, I actually went through and I completed that damn game. Even though I loved playing that fucking racing game, Kirby Triple Deluxe I'm going to pick.
Okay.
Because that is definitely a fucking hilarious matchup.
Yeah.
Actually, the only reason why I remember that Fast and the Furious stuff is because randomly when I turn on my Xbox One, that damn wallpaper I said all those years ago pops up. I'm like,
that's awesome.
Oh yeah, I did play that game.
That's awesome. I didn't even play that. That should tell you where we're at with that thing. That's hilarious though. But moving on here. This is gonna be a fun one. The number 3 seed versus the 14th seed, and the 3 seed, Doom 2016, versus the 14th seed, Splatoon.
Oh shit! Here we go. Well, you know what? Here's the thing that Doom has the advantage over Splatoon in this case and scenario. Doom, I've actually played through the campaign twice, and I maintained the enjoyment from beginning to end on both times that I've played it. Once on PS4, the other on Switch. Yes, I played Doom on Switch.
Yeah, that's
Doom 2016 on the Switch, and it ran fucking fantastic in handheld mode. And I'll tell you what, some of my favorite fucking reactions from old coworkers when I was playing my Switch and I was just going through Gun and Demons is all of a sudden it's like all of a sudden I was like, what? A lot of the freaking coworkers that were the younger men, it's like, what are you playing? It's like, it sounds pretty violent. It's like, yeah, I'm playing Doom. And I show them, it's like, holy shit, you're playing Doom.
That's awesome.
Splatoon, the original Splatoon was definitely a fantastic game. I loved it because it was definitely quirky. It had a lot of good elements in the puzzles and everything. In any other type of matchup, I would have picked that game. Doom 2016 is definitely the one I'm picking.
Van has. All right, moving on to the number 7 seed versus the 10 seed. This is one we're confused. This is Smash Ultimate. Okay. Versus number 10, Tetris. Because I don't know what fucking Tetris it is, but you had a Tetris game in there. I can't figure it out.
Man, I'll tell you what. I love Tetris, but at the same time, Smash Brothers Ultimate is the definite better game because of all the characters included, including whatever the hell else that Sakurai is going to announce from here until eventually that damn DLC pass finishes.
I think the end of next year, yeah.
Oh, probably. But oh my god, what other game can you say is pretty much like the gamer's wet dream of who is who inside of one game? All these stages, all the music, all the fun ass gameplay shit that you're going to be experiencing from years on end on the Switch. Yeah, that's the better Smash game, and definitely that's the better game.
All right. Well, we got Tetris again here in your next one. That would have been funny
Yeah.
though if Tetris would have won in that one, because you possibly could have had a Tetris versus Tetris matchup. But at the number 15 seed, Tetris 99. This
Yeah.
was your number 9 rated game from last year, versus your number 1. Actually, so there's two different ones in the first round from last year's games here. So this should be an obvious win for you. So your number 1 game from last year, Fire Emblem Three Houses. So Tetris 99, put it in there.
Oh my god, that's kind of a joke matchup right here. I'm gonna go with Fire Emblem Three Houses.
All right. Moving on to
No explanations.
yeah, yeah. Hopefully, you don't need one now. All right, moving on to the next bracket here, the Jake Into the Darkness bracket.
Oh god.
Hopefully, it finds the light someday. Number 1 versus the 16 matchup here, Mario Kart 8. This is the Wii U version versus
Okay.
Battleborn.
Oh my god, I did have Battleborn on my list.
That game was fun. It was a fun game. It was the your 10th rated game for 2016.
Oh, that's right. I had that game.
I still have that game. The online still works until the end of the year.
PS3? Oh, until the end of the year. Oh, yeah, that's why it's so heavily discounted.
It's a good game.
Oh my god.
Are you really thinking about this?
I forgot what the first
Mario
game
Kart
was.
8. I'm like, what? I'm like, oh no, he's losing his mind. Mario Kart 8 is for Wii U.
No man, I'm just getting tired. Yeah, Mario Kart 8 is definitely the winner.
God, he scared me.
I
There was
fucking
a-
scared you there.
Oh
like,
my God.
Oh no! Oh no!
I already typed it in and moved on. I was like, what's going on here? All right. Number 8 versus 9 seed, Danganronpa for PS Vita versus A Way Out.
Holy shit! Holy shit! I enjoyed both of those games immensely.
I still want.
Definitely playing.
I posted our A Way Out, a lot of our Way Out playthroughs on our YouTube channel, and I still go
Yeah.
back and watch some of those clips to this day because they're fun to watch.
Oh yeah, that was fucking hilarious. And what was more hilarious is like hearing you getting angry every time I beat you in a mini game.
God, fucking Connect 4. He's a mastermind.
Connect 4. It's like, hey, I got you there. I got you there. It's
I
like,
beat you in arm wrestling though. I got you on that one. I was like 1 out of 7 ain't bad.
I'll tell you what was most hilarious is like I just started sitting on a freaking swing set, all of a sudden you join me on here and you see both of my characters staring at each other. It's like, yeah, this is weird. Yeah, let's get off. Oh my god. All those moments that we had playing that game where it's like we were communicating with each other, obviously we're recording the entire thing and stuff, and like all those like teamwork moments, all the syncopation stuff, that I can actually say was the best game that I played from EA in quite a long while until that
True.
point.
Same.
Definitely good quality game. But I'll tell you what, man, Danganronpa, that original game, Jesus Christ, that game threw me for a loop because of so many twists and turns in terms of character development, in terms of all sorts of like various other shenanigans and stuff. It was by a case-by-case basis. What made that game great was you had that aspect of the whole battle royale feel where it's like students versus students inside a Hope Speak Academy, right? A lot of the characters are fairly interesting, and on the surface level you thought you know a character and stuff until all of a sudden you dive deeper when Monokuma, that freaking that freaking being or something like that bear, goes forth and has you try to kill each other and stuff like that based upon like what type of motivation, what's going to be an embarrassing secret he's going to unveil, or whatever type of shit that he was going to do. And I'll tell you what, man, a lot of that stuff was a major mindfuck because of all the other, because of the motivations behind what one character would do to kill another, or even like certain cases and stuff where multiple people are killed inside one thing and you have to try to figure out how the fuck did this happen. And all the investigations were fun and stuff. I'll tell you what, it was one of the few games on PlayStation Vita I played through case by case And I was literally inside of like my room. All of a sudden, I turned off the game, right, and I was just literally pacing around my room, thinking about the concepts and the characters and all the other shit. After I finished playing that game, I'm like, holy shit, this went to this, that went to that. It was definitely a great game for its kind. So you know what? I did enjoy playing A Way Out with you, Tyler, and that definitely was a fun game. But I got to go with Danganronpa
Okay.
because the gameplay and the story was definitely a fantastic experience.
Okay.
And it definitely is something, for anyone that wants to enjoy a good story game, go ahead and invest in the Danganronpa series. It's a visual novel sort of thing. It's sort of like a Phoenix Wright style of game where you get to choose all sorts of various options and all this other stuff. Fun fact, I think it was like a month or two ago, I got all three of those games on Steam on sale.
Nice.
So I can finally play through Danganronpa 3, because that's the only one, besides that spin-off Ultra Despair Girls, or whatever the hell it is, that I haven't played through yet.
Well, all right. Well, moving on here. Oops, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, let's go.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead and finish.
And like I was going to say before I move on to the next one is, like, I was thinking about potentially streaming games like a Phoenix Wright or games like Danganronpa, because those are the type of games where it will lure in people to go and watch and say, okay, what's going to happen next? How's this going to do,
Yeah, well, very cool, man. But moving on here to our 5 versus 12 matchup, Pokemon Sun and Moon, so the original Pokemon Sun and Moon, versus Spider-Man PS4 at the 12 seed. So 5 versus 12 here.
You know what, Tyler? I did like Pokemon Sun and Moon. I definitely did have my fun with them, but I know that I know it's Spider-Man on PS4. I know that's the better game.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because even during that Extra Life, where that was the first year where I played through the entirety of the 24 hours, and I spent like about 6.5 hours inside that game exploring things and doing all sorts of this and that. I cannot say the same for Pokemon Sun and Moon. I loved their updates retrospectively now that released a year after, much more than I do the original Sun and Moon, making those two games kind of pointless now.
Yeah, they made them pointless
in that
fast.
retrospect. But what's funny about it is, like, Spider-Man for PS4, I have not played that game since I did that Extra Life stuff, and I almost got all the collectibles in that goddamn game.
Yeah.
But I definitely want to finish that. So you know what? This is going to be an upset, but I'm going to pick Spider-Man on PS4.
Well, I'm not upset about it. You made the right choice. That was a fun Extra Life though, because I remember I was playing through all the DLC. I saved the DLC for Extra Life and
Dude,
playing the game.
you played through Assassin's Creed Odyssey. You tried to play through that game.
Yeah,
I know that.
that was that year. Yeah, I played. That's why I picked up and played through a good chunk of it that year too. That was fun. But moving on to the number 4 versus the 13 seed. This one's pretty easy. I'm already gonna type it in before I even say it. Number 4 seed, Pokemon Sword and Shield.
Okay.
Number 13 seed, Battlefield 1.
Yeah, Sword and Shield.
Okay.
I didn't even finish Battlefield 1.
Yeah, I played a little bit of the campaign. I remember we made fun of it for a while. I was surprised it was on your list. I think it was like your...
The pigeon controls?
Yeah.
I think it's because I only
Pigeon
played
controls.
a little bit of it.
Yeah, you didn't make it to the pigeon. It was your number 8 game of 2015. Moving on. So this is a game I completely forgot existed, but number 6 seed. This was your 5th rated game for 2013, Dragon's Crown, versus the number 11 seed, Injustice 1.
Oh, wow. Huh. Well, you know what, man? Oh, gosh. I did play plenty of Dragon's Crown. It looks great. I didn't finish it, but at the same time, for Injustice, Gods Among Us,
Yep.
man, that PS4, that game that I played, it was released on the 360, the PS3, but it also had, like, the next generation things. That's what I played it on, was on the PS4, and, like, I didn't play it on the Xbox One. But I did enjoy the story a lot inside Injustice 1. God, I cannot get that image out of my head of fucking Superman just laying waste to Shazam, with that fucking laser vision. Like, holy shit, that's a kid, for God's sake.
Mm-hmm. It was awesome.
Whew. Injustice 1.
Okay.
That game was fantastic because I would pick Injustice 1 in that case and scenario. The gameplay was fantastic. I loved experimenting with a bunch of characters. It was made by the same people that did Mortal Kombat.
Yes.
And even though a bunch of the combos were like kind of like the same input that you would do for, like, say, MK9 and whatsoever. Damn, that game was so fun to play. And what's most hilarious about it, the trophies that I unlocked in terms of like multiplayer modes and stuff. I go on to PSN trophies. There's actually one that's considered one of the most rarest I've actually earned. I find it so hilarious.
Oh yeah, because like I have to like do so much with each character or whatever.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah, those games, those early Mortal Kombat and Injustice games were kind of bullshit when it comes to that. But moving on to the 3 versus 14 seed, number 3 seed, a game we talked about earlier tonight, Rocket League versus the 14th seed, Destiny 1.
Rocket League.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, makes sense. Yeah.
I played Destiny 1 a couple of different times, including with you and Jake.
Yeah.
But Rocket League is Rocket League.
Yeah.
I'm going with that.
I understand. So, coming back here to the 7 versus 10 seed, we have a sequel to the game we just talked about, Injustice 2 at the 7 seed, versus number 10 seed, Kirby Planet Robobot.
Oh my god. Planet Robobot was a fun game. But you know what? Injustice 2 was a better game. And my god, Injustice 2, the story mode of itself, I liked. It wasn't... I don't think it was like... Retrospectively thinking, it's been a while since I've played through both games. But I think the second one wasn't as strong, I want to say, as the first. But I may be remembering it differently.
Yeah.
But I loved a lot of the characters. I have the complete edition
Me
to
too.
where I could download that damn game and get all the DLC characters to play. Injustice 2, I'm going to take over Planet Robobot.
Just 2 is I enjoy it more, but it's definitely goes a lot deeper into the other characters. So, but moving on to the final matchup in the Jake's Into the Darkness bracket, the number 2 seed Celeste versus the number 15 seed Kirby Star Allies. A lot of multiple games of the same franchise in this.
Celeste.
Yeah, obviously. Yeah, that's an easy one. All right, moving on into Taco Night at Gables' house bracket. So we have the number 16 seed. There's 2, so we have a playing game for that one. We have the number 16 seed. Both of these are West of Loathing versus Bloodstained Ritual of the Night.
Oh boy.
These are your last 2018, 2019 number 10 games.
And what's so sad about both of those games is like those are both games I never finished, but it's like I played more West of Loathing and it's pretty goddamn hilarious. So I'm gonna go West of Loathing.
All right. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and type that into West of Loathing. All right, so moving on here into the official bracket of Taco Night at Gables' house. Number 1 seed Uncharted 4 versus number 16 seed on West of Loathing. Goodbye, West of Loathing.
Yeah, goodbye, West of Loathing. We're gonna go with Uncharted 4.
Yeah. All right.
That was quick.
Yeah.
We simultaneously won and lost at the same time.
Yeah. Hey, good for you. Goodbye. All right, moving on to the to the 8th versus 9th seed here. At 8th seed, Gone Home versus the 9th seed, Pokemon Ruby for the 3DS.
Ooh. Oh yeah, Omega Ruby, and I did get Alpha Sapphire, but yeah, those Pokemon games are fucking fantastic. Both of them, Alpha Sapphire and Omega Ruby. Gone Home was definitely a great experience to play through. I got it for free. I think it was on PSN.
Yep, same here.
It was cool because it had that 90s sort of flair,
Mm-hmm.
and you could definitely see a lot of like homages to like the certain aspects of the things, like say the advertisements, say for X-Files or something inside of one of the guides or one of the other type of shit. It's been so long since I've played through the entirety of it. I already know how the story ends and everything, but Pokemon Omega Ruby, I'm definitely going to go with that.
All right. Moving on here to the number 5 versus 12 seed. At the 5th seed, we have Hat in Time. At the 12th seed, Mario Golf for the 3DS.
A Hat in Time. That was such a fantastic platformer. And I'll tell you what, that's another game where I have the Platinum for because it is that good.
Yeah, very cool, man. That's one of those games I wanted to jump back into, so I got to. But moving on to the next one here, we have Outlast versus Bloodstained Curse of the Moon.
Oh my gosh.
4 versus 13.
I'll never forget that fucking moment where it's like you, myself, and Jake playing out. Actually, no, you and Jake were playing Outlast, I think it was.
Mm.
Or wasn't all three of us now that I think about it? It was a free game on PlayStation Plus.
Yeah, it was early. It was like the February PS Plus game for like 2014. I remember like there were
Yeah,
you, me, and like we had like 8 people in a party chat playing through that. We started all at the same time and played through that. We didn't beat it,
what's
but we played it for a
hilarious.
couple hours.
No, I remember it like almost exactly. You were getting really into it, and your sister was like trying to come. He's like, "Oh Jesus Christ, Tyler!" All of a sudden, it's like I hear you and Jake, and all of a sudden, here I am playing it, and I'm just busting up laughing and stuff. Oh, fuck you,
Yeah,
Jake.
yeah, fucking asshole.
No, but the reason why I'm going to be picking Outlast in this case and scenario is because I still have the vivid memories of a couple of my friends and I sharing a motel room, and
Yeah, that's right. I forgot about this.
we were sharing a motel room and stuff because had like a performance the next night, like the next day, and they popped in the laptop. They were playing to this one section. The dudes, they're hiding and stuff from the damn dude looking under the beds and all this other shit. And all of a sudden, I just scream. I was like, "Where's my waffles?" Both of them just started laughing their asses off as I did that. And yeah, that was a recurring theme, dude. I think, damn, that was like back in 2014. That's hilarious.
That's awesome.
I remember that moment, and I remember when I came back, I fucking slept for like 11 hours because I got like 3 hours the night before.
It's like
So I woke up like around noon.
it's like that was like my entire weekend of sharing a hotel room with Jake in Vegas. I got like
Oh
3
my
hours of sleep the
God.
whole weekend because he snores. But all right,
Oh.
moving on here to the number 6 versus 11 seed. Number 6 seed, Tales of the Borderlands
Okay.
versus the 11 seed, Severed.
Hmm. Hmm. Sever definitely was a fun game. I played that one on the Vita.
That's right.
What's kind of hilarious about it is I have it on the Switch as well. I did get the Switch version. I didn't play through. Actually, no, I didn't beat that game. That's a recurring thing on this list. I'll play games, but there are a lot that I won't finish, even though I should finish. But Tales of the Borderlands, I'm going to go ahead and pick because I love the story, I love the experience and stuff, and everything else really shaped itself really well. I still get kind of sad because of the whole thing with Scooter, because Scooter ended up dying
Yeah,
inside that
that's right.
story.
That's good.
Catch your ride!
Forgot
Like,
about
bam.
that part. Yeah, that's sad. All right, well, moving on to I'm just gonna type it in.
Yeah.
The 3 seed versus the 14 seed. At the 4, I'm gonna do the 14 seed first. Firewatch versus the 3
Okay.
seed, Breath of the Wild.
Oh, definitely Breath of the Wild.
Yeah. All right, moving on then to the 7 versus 10 seed. Here we got Persona 3 Dancing in Starlight. You said.
And Persona 5 Dancing in Starlight.
Well, yeah, Persona 3 is Dancing. Which
Dancing in Moonlight.
one? Moonlight. That's all right. So that's the 10. That's the 7 seed versus
Oh, okay.
the 10th seed, the Pokemon Let's Go games.
Oh. Oh, that's interesting. Let's Go Pikachu. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, Let's Go Pikachu was a fun game and stuff like that. But, yeah, it's definitely on the easy side. I definitely did have a good amount of fun with it. But at the same time, I spent a hell of a lot of time playing Persona 3 Dancing in Moonlight and all those other dancing games. That I'm going to take them over Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu.
All right. Okay, and moving on to the final matchup in our first round. Fire Emblem Awakening at the 2 seed versus the 15 seed, Metal Gear Solid Ground Zeroes.
Ooh. Fire Emblem Awakening.
Okay. All right.
I liked Ground Zeroes, but at the same time, Awakening, I know, is a fantastic game as well.
Okay. Very cool. It ends the first round then. All right. So
Oh my god, that was the first round.
all right, Gables. Moving on to the second round now. We're back into the hodgepodge bracket. The number 1 seed, Pokemon X and Y, versus the number 9 seed, Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. Here we go. I was looking forward to this one for a while.
I spent a lot of time with like X and Y. I know that for a fact. But in terms of the quality of the game in comparison to Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, I know Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon were a little bit more difficult in that retrospect. I did love the variety of characters inside the Alola region. Maybe not as much as some characters from X and Y, but at the same time, I'm going to go with Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon.
All right. Okay. Okay, moving on to the next one here. We have number 5 seed Goat Simulator versus
Hmm.
the 4th seed Dragon Ball Z Fighters.
All right, that's an easy one for me. I'm gonna go with Dragon Ball Z
All
Fighters.
right. Wow. Okay.
That's a game I still go back to.
It's funny. The second round's easier for you than the first round. I did not see that coming. All right, moving on. So number 6 seed Untitled Goose Game versus the
Mhm.
number 14 seed Persona 5, Dancing in Starlight, Moonlight. I put dance in here. I don't know which one it is, but it's Persona 5 dance game. Sorry.
Okay, the Persona. Let's see, the Persona 5 Dancing in Starlight,
Yep, that
and what was the previous
Oh,
one?
Untitled Goose Game.
Okay, Untitled Goose Game. Man, I'll tell you what, man. It's like now this one's a little bit of a harder matchup because I enjoy both of those games a lot. Mm. Yeah, I'm still playing through that Persona 5, like dancing game and stuff. But you know what? I'm gonna go with Untitled Goose Game.
All right.
Why? Because I did enjoy that game a lot. It may not have a lot of like replay value right now. I probably will in a while, but I'm gonna go with Untitled Goose Game.
All right. Very cool, man. Well, the Cinderella story is over for Persona 5 dance and whatever. All right, moving on. Sorry, to the number 10 seed Earthbound Beginnings versus number 2 seed Mario Odyssey.
Super Mario Odyssey.
Yep. All right. Cool. That was wow. We flew through that one. I didn't see that coming. All right. So moving on to the second round here of the Jack's credit card bracket. We have the Mario Maker 1 versus Resident Evil 2 remake.
I'm gonna go with Mario Maker 1.
Oh wow. Okay. All right. Then moving on to here we have the number 5 seed Sonic Mania versus number 4 seed Guacamelee.
Ooh, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. I played through and enjoyed both. And I've actually played the original Guacamelee multiple times in that regards. But of course, that was a Super Turbo like Championship
Oh
Edition.
yeah, that was the PS4 one.
Not the original Guacamelee.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Sonic Mania over
okay.
Guacamelee.
Okay.
You there, Tyler?
Yep, I'm here. I was typing in. Sorry. All
Yeah.
right.
So Sonic Mania.
Okay. Cool. All right. Then jumping into here, we have the number 6 seed Kirby Triple Deluxe versus number 3 seed Doom 2016.
Doom 2016,
Yeah,
dude.
obviously. All right. And now we have next up here the number 7 seed Smash Ultimate versus number 2 seed last year's Game of the Year Fire Emblem Three Houses.
Oh shit.
Ooh,
Oh shit, that's
buddy.
a tough. Now this is the matchup of the fucking bracket here. Both of them I still play to this day. I still play a lot of like I haven't played as of late I haven't played a lot of Smash Ultimate or Fire Emblem like Three Houses because of the fact that I've been playing other games. But I have a lot of the DLC for both. Fire Emblem Three Houses.
Oh wow. Okay. All right.
I'm going with that.
All right. I respect that. All right. Moving on. We're done with that bracket. Now moving on to the Jake Went to the Darkness bracket. We have the number 1 seed Mario Kart 8 versus number 8 seed Danganronpa.
Ooh. So am I going to do story or am I going to do racing here? God, that's another tough matchup. Because not only did I play Mario Kart 8 for the Wii U, like for a good solid, I would want to say 30 hours or something like that, but I ended up playing plenty of the Switch version, but not a hell of a lot. You know what? In terms of replayability and stuff, I'm gonna go with Mario Kart 8.
All right. Cool. I already typed it in. So I'm like, he's going to make the right decision in the end. At least I hope. All right. Moving on then. We have the number 12 seed here Spider-Man PS4 versus the number 4 seed Pokemon Sword and Shield.
You know what? Pokemon Sword was definitely a fun game. It's definitely a fun game, but
Oh, there's a but.
oh my gosh! But at the same time, I did like playing Spider-Man, but the caveat here is I only played Spider-Man for like one night. I never beat the game, and I know for a fact that if I had beat that game, I would probably take it over Sword and Shield. But I'm gonna go ahead and Pokemon Sword with
I
this.
respect that argument. I respect that argument. I don't agree with what you said, but I respect the argument. All right, moving on into the next matchup here. We have the number 11 seed Injustice versus the number 3 seed Rocket
Hmm. Rocket
League.
League.
Mm-hmm. I understand. That's a tough one, but I understand that. All right, moving on here then to Injustice 2 at the 7 seed versus the number 2 seed Celeste.
Celeste.
All right. I like both Injustice games were one round away from facing each other, but
that would have been hilarious.
Two great fighting games, but I mean, both of those, two juggernauts they went up against. So, all right, moving on then to the final bracket here of round 2, the Taco Night at Gables House bracket. We have the number 1 seed Uncharted 4 versus the number 9 seed Pokemon Ruby.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh, Uncharted 4 was my game of the year, and then Pokemon Omega Ruby was the game that I fucking completed the Pokedex in.
Your number 6 game of 2014, Pokemon Ruby.
Oh my god. I'm thinking really hard about this one.
Oh no!
I'm thinking really hard about it. You're already
I'm sweating. Why am I sweating?
Conclusions like what the you're already thinking the worst case scenario is like, oh my god, he's actually gonna go there, isn't he?
Hey man, it's your bracket, you do what you want, but
I know.
It's funny, some of these ones where I'm like, oh, this is gonna be a fight for him, I can't wait for these. Like, oh, okay, this one, and then these ones where I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna type these ones in already. You know?
It's like the ones you didn't anticipate I would have trouble on. It's the ones I'm having trouble on. Oh my god, Uncharted 4 was such a great story.
Mm-hmm.
Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire were great remakes, too, of the original games. But even I realize that the quality of a game's story along with your gameplay does make for a total package here. Uncharted 4.
Okay, all right.
I'll go with Uncharted 4.
Oh, okay. Whew, I can breathe now. All right, cool. All right. Moving on in here to the number 5 seed Gables Hat in Time versus number 4 seed Outlast.
Huh. Oh boy. Outlast was fun, and I did play it multiple times. But you know what? A Hat in Time. Holy shit. A Hat in Time had a lot of good memorable moments. And I definitely would play through that game again. I mean, here's the thing. Both of those games are highly replayable. Highly replayable. But if I had to choose between the two, what I would replay more, I'd go A Hat in Time.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So I'm going to go Hat in Time.
All right. Wow. All right. Cool. Well, moving on here. Then to the number 6 seed Tales of the Borderlands. I'm just going to type this one in already. Versus number 3 seed Breath of the Wild.
Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. And now moving on to number 7 seed, Persona 3, the dancing game. I'm just going to call them the dancing games because I don't know what they're called.
Okay.
Versus the number 2 seed, Fire Emblem Awakening.
Fire Emblem Awakening.
Oh, wow, okay. Ooh, I'm looking. Ooh, these are going to be fun matchups here. It's only going to get harder for you, Gables.
Now we're getting to the nitty gritty.
There's so many Nintendo games. I don't know why I'm surprised. There's 1, 2,
you know how
3,
I am, dude.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of the Sweet 16 are Nintendo games.
Half
Half
are
of them.
Nintendo games.
Yeah.
Why am I not surprised?
Yeah, that's funny. All right. So moving on here to the first bracket here of the hodgepodge bracket. The number 1 seed here, Pokemon Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. Oh, I'm sorry, no, number 9 seed, Pokemon Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, versus the number 4 seed, Dragon Ball Fighters.
Oh god, I got there's like 2 of my loves right here. It's like I got Pokemon and I got fucking Dragon Ball. That's funny. I played through both Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. Like, I played through each of those games, and including when I had that kick when I played through all the fucking mainline Pokemon games in a row, like 8 fucking Pokemon games before Pokemon Sword came out later that year, and I played through that one because holy shit. But oh my god, Dragon Ball FighterZ was such an interesting game too. I mean, hell, I didn't expect to enjoy that game that much.
I mean, so we're looking here. So Pokemon Ultra Sun Moon were your number 5 games of 2015. What's 13, 14, 15, 17, and then
Yeah.
Dragon Ball FighterZ. Where was Dragon Ball FighterZ ranked at? I'm trying to find out my list here. I'm sorry. It was your number 7 game of 2018.
Wow. This is going to be a hard one. This is definitely going to be a tough decision, but I'm going to go with Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon.
All right. One of 13 Pokemon games left. Kidding.
One of 13.
Kidding. All right. Ooh, this is going to be a fun one here. I can't wait for this one. The 6 seed Untitled Goose Game versus the 2 seed Mario Odyssey. You picking the goose or you picking Mario?
I'm picking Super Mario Odyssey.
You son of a bitch.
Dude, Super Mario Odyssey is the first 3D Mario, in my opinion, since Mario 64, where I feel like Mario Odyssey surpasses everything Mario 64 did. And even in terms of like games that I've played before, like Mario Galaxy and Mario Galaxy 2, I feel like Super Mario Odyssey is better than those games, dude. That's how I feel. I love that game.
All right, that's cool. So at the end of this bracket here, we'll get to it next. But you have the 9th seed versus the 2 seed, and that final there. But moving on to the next bracket, the Jack's credit card bracket, we have the 1 seed. So far, only one seed knocked out is Pokemon X and Y. So you have all your 1 seeds left.
Wow.
Except for you have 3 of the 4. So the 1 seed Mario Maker versus the 5 seed Sonic Mania.
Ooh. We're gonna go Super Mario Maker on this one.
All right. The 1 seed makes the live. The number 3 seed Doom versus number 2 seed Fire Emblem 3 Houses.
Oh shit! Shit. Well, you laugh now, but come next week and stuff, you're gonna have this even worse than I do.
Yeah. You're right. It's fun now, but you're right. Next week is gonna be miserable.
Oh my god. We have Doom and Fire Emblem 3 Houses. Oh my god.
Your number 2 seed of 2016 versus the number 2 game of 2016 versus the number 1 game of 2019.
Wow. Oh, just wow. You know what's more hilarious is I had an internal battle during the year that both Doom and Uncharted 4 came out on which one would be the number 1 seed.
Uncharted
They're
4,
both were interchangeable to me. But oh fuck. I'm gonna do it. Fire Emblem 3 Houses.
Oh, you son of a bitch. Okay, all right.
It's so good too.
All right. Well, we're going chalk there. 1 versus 2 seed next round. All right. Moving on into the Jake went to the darkness bracket here. We have the 1 seed Mario Kart 8 versus the 5 seed. Or I'm sorry, 5 seed. I'm sorry. I can't read. The 4 seed. Wow, I can't read. Okay, so you have the 1, 2, 3, and 4 seed left in this one. So you want all chalk here. So the 1 seed Mario Kart 8 versus the 4 seed Pokemon Sword and Shield.
I'll tell you what. I did like Pokemon Sword and Shield, but Mario Kart 8 is the better game.
Ooh,
So I'm going with that.
Wow, I did not see that coming. Okay.
I'll tell you what, Tyler. Pokemon Sword and Shield definitely is a fun game and all the other stuff. But in comparison to, say, like Mario Kart 8 and the enjoyment I got out of that one, even on the Wii U and even parts of the Switch and stuff, I would not, in this case and scenario, go with Sword and Shield. Because I'll tell you what, beforehand and stuff, I feel like Mario Kart 8... actually, no. going back, I feel like Sword and Shield are not as replayable of Pokemon games as some of the other ones that were on this list, like Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, like definitely Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire in that regards. But you know what? Yeah, Mario Kart 8 I feel is the better game.
Okay. All right. Well, moving on then. We have the number 3 seed Rocket League versus number 2 seed Celeste. So we have Gables.
This is such a fucking joke.
This is fun. So we have Gables' number 2 game of 2014 versus his game of the year 2018.
We have another number 2 against a number 1.
Yeah.
Oh. This is definitely gonna upset some people.
Oh boy.
But this game was really important to me during the year that it came out, so I'm going with Celeste.
Yeah, that's a tough call, man. I'd probably lean that way too, but that's when I first saw that one. That's like the first one where like I had that internal battle with myself where I'm like, I don't know. But it's interesting. So you have one. So of the games left so far, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the games that we've gone through. The 3 brackets we've gone through are your game of the year. 5 are your 6 games left, and the brackets we've gone through are game of the year award winners. So moving on here to the final bracket for the Sweet 16, the Taco Night at Gables House bracket. We have the number 1 seed Uncharted 4 versus number 5 seed Hat in Time.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Uh-oh. I'm going to go Uncharted 4.
Okay. All right. So that means we've had 6 of your final 8 games will be games that were voted as not voted, but picked as your game of the year for that year. So the only one knocked out so far, I believe, is Pokemon X and Y. So yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. All right. Moving on then to the final matchup of the Sweet 16. Sweet 16. We have the number 3 seed Zelda Breath of the Wild versus number 2 seed Fire Emblem Awakening.
Oh, god damn it. Oh my gosh. I've done multiple playthroughs of Awakening. I kid you not, like 2 or 3. Characters are great. Everything else is fun about that game. Breath of the Wild, though.
It's Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, Breath of the Wild was definitely a fun game, and that game definitely had a lot of mystery and appeal to it, and I had a fucking fantastic blast when it came to exploring all the dungeons, going through, getting all the various stuff, and then simultaneously not realizing that I did not upgrade my fucking inventory and went through that entire game having to pick and choose everything because I could not, for the life of me, find that damn dude to fucking upgrade my item slots with the Korok seeds. Oh my gosh. Awakening was a great game. But I'm going to pick Breath of the Wild.
All right, Gables. Here we are. We are in the final rounds of each bracket. We're in the Elite 8. We have the Cinderella story, I think it's the lowest seed left. The number 9 seed, Pokemon Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, versus the number 2 seed, Mario Odyssey. Mind you, you have 6 of your 8 final games were previously rewarded as your game of the year.
I know. This is the toughest of the tough right here.
Oh, Gables, no. I'm looking at the rest. It's not the toughest of the tough. This is the easiest probably one for you the rest of the way through.
All right. I'm going Super Mario Odyssey.
All right. Wow, okay. All right, so say goodbye to the hodgepodge bracket. That was the last one. All right, moving on to the final matchup of the Jack's credit card bracket. We have Mario Maker 1 versus Fire Emblem 3 Houses.
Fire Emblem 3 Houses.
Ooh, wow, that was way too fast. Okay. Moving on then to the final matchup of Jake Went Into the Darkness bracket. Mario Kart 8, the number 1 seed, versus the number 2 seed, Celeste.
Hmm. I like Mario Kart 8,
Mm,
but Celeste is going to take the cake.
mm. Okay. All right. Moving on. Celeste is the winner. So, yep, we are so far 3 of the 4 are Game of the Year winners. Moving on then here, we have Gables, the number 1 seed, your 2016 Game of the Year award winner, Uncharted 4, versus the number 3 seed, your 2017 second favorite game, Zelda Breath of the Wild. Who you got?
Oh! Uncharted 4 and Breath of the Wild against each other. Oh my god. These games released like a year apart from one another. But man.
Who, buddy?
I know. Both of them. Both of them are contenders for like my games of the generation. Because both are fantastic. I enjoyed a lot of them. But you know what? I'm giving it to Breath of the Wild.
All right.
And there's a good reason for that. I spent a good solid month playing that goddamn game. I got whatever I could. I had so much fun playing it. I had a lot of fun playing Uncharted 4 as well. That tied up Nathan Drake's story arc so well in that regards. And I did love a lot of the moments. But yeah, I'm giving it to Zelda.
All right. Very cool, man. So it's 1:30 in the morning here, and I'm actually really upset that we're close to the end. I could do this all night. I'm having fun with this. But all right, moving on. We're in the final 4, Gables. We have
God.
we have 2 number 1s about to face each other, and we have the number 2 seed versus number 3 seed. So the number 1 seed from the hodgepodge bracket, Mario Odyssey, versus this was number 2 seed from the Jack's credit card bracket, Fire Emblem Three Houses. Who you got?
Oh no. Oh my god. I take it back. This is the toughest matchup I've had so far. I have, quite honestly, what I would consider the best 3D Mario game, going square in toe, which what I would personally feel like is the best Fire Emblem game that I've played. Yeah, I like Three Houses even more so than Awakening because that in and of itself is how good of a story, how good the characters are, and how good the gameplay is. However, at the same time, Mario is, yeah, Super Mario Odyssey. That game in and of itself is also a long ass game, but it's also a long ass good quality game. All the moons, all the various stuff around it, all the great moments in that regards. Oh. But hell, I played Fire Emblem Three Houses for like fucking like 200 and something hours. And here I am, I'm playing a game like Super Mario Odyssey where I had like over 20 hours and stuff, and I went through and I played that game, and it definitely did have a great impact. Man, Fire Emblem Three Houses though, when that game came out, it was like a total like I didn't even know if I was even gonna play that game at that time. I decided because I heard praise about it. I was mixed when the Treehouse stuff was unveiled, but you know, at the same time, it was the one that I completely caught me by surprise on how much I enjoyed it. And yeah, I still do want to play that game. But also, I want to really play through Super Mario Odyssey again because that's a game that I'll still be playing years down the line. Consequently, both of them are going to be games I'm going to play years down the line. But you know what? When it comes down to it, I'm going to go with the one I know for a fact that I would go and pick in a heartbeat, and that's Super Mario Odyssey.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right. Moving on then to the final matchup of the final 4. We have the number 2 seed, your 2018 Game of the Year, Celeste, versus your second favorite game from 2017, the number 3 seed, Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Oh, God. Both of these games are very important during their initial years when they released for me. Zelda Breath of the Wild was definitely a game that was my reward after hunting down for a fucking Nintendo Switch. As a matter of fact, that Nintendo Switch, that same one, is staring me right in the face right now as I'm recording.
Mm-hmm.
And I still have great memories of playing Breath of the Wild, God, randomly on my TV, doing this and that. But at the same time, Celeste came at a good time inside of that time of the year and stuff. The darkest my life had been up until that point. I played this game, and I felt like I was definitely motivated to go through a lot of other go through in a bunch of eternal battles and do all sorts of various shit as well. Both of these games were heavily important. Both of these games brought great joy and happiness to what I went through and did. And as much as I like Celeste and how important that game was, I will go and pick Breath of the Wild.
All right.
Because that's a game I'm still having fond memories of, and it's definitely a game I will replay. To be perfectly honest with you, everyone that's listening in, these 4 games that were laid in this Final Four bracket will be games I'll go through and play down the line, years down the road.
All right.
But yeah, we're going to go with Breath of the Wild.
Okay. Well, very cool, man. Well, we're going to do a special third place finish matchup here. We have the number 2 seed from your Jake's credit card bracket, your number 1 game of 2019 versus the Jake went to the darkness bracket, your number 1 game of 2018. So 2018 and 2019 Game of the Year award winners, Fire Emblem 3 Houses versus Celeste. Who you got for third place?
Interesting. I will go with Fire Emblem 3 Houses.
Okay. All right. Very cool then. All right, moving on then to the very finals. We have the number 2 seed from the. I switched pages. I'm sorry. I wrote the brackets down and I switched pages. Here they are. The hodgepodge bracket. Sorry. Your number 1 game from 2017 versus Taco Night at Gables' house. The number 3 seed. Your second favorite game from 2017. So you have number 1 versus number 2 for 2017. Mario Odyssey versus Breath of the Wild. Who you got?
Holy shit. From the same year.
Yep.
From the same year.
Number 1 versus number 2. This is going to tell you, it's been almost 3 years since we've done our Game of the Year awards winners. So it tells you where these are going to stand, when it comes time.
So to put in perspective here, when it comes to the perspective here, it's like Mario Odyssey. I remember that game back then alongside Breath of the Wild. Both were fantastic games, and that was a crazy year of game releases.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely crazy. And honestly, when I think back on it now, I still feel the same way like I did back then. I'm going to go with Super Mario Odyssey, because that game in of itself, like I said, it holds near and dear to me, because I definitely love the 3D Mario games in that retrospect. And like I said before, the best 3D Mario game, in my opinion, is Super Mario Odyssey. It answered every single thing that I looked for inside of a natural evolution and a successor to Super Mario 64. Breath of the Wild, it's a fantastic game. In and of itself, it matches the same tones as I would feel playing through the original Legend of Zelda for the first time. At the same point, the game in and of itself is great, but in terms of spec and in terms of like critique and like other Zelda games in that regards, or no, not even towards other Zelda games, inside of that year in of itself, the reason why I put that game in number 2 is because of how enamored and how happy I was playing through Super Mario Odyssey and having it hit on all cylinders. So you know what? That's my number 1 game,
right,
though. Super Mario Odyssey.
Very cool, Gables. So that's awesome. So a fun little fact for you. When I was typing this out, 23 of your 65 games that were on this list were Nintendo exclusives.
Wow.
So 1/3. So I thought that was a little fun little fact for you there. But yeah, no, that's awesome. That was a lot more fun. That I was putting this together. I'm like, oh, this is fun. I like this. This is cool. This was a lot more fun to hear. Like, especially all the surprises were like I said, you didn't know even I was doing this. You didn't know what any of the matchups
No.
were or anything like that. So yeah,
And I sure as hell didn't know that it would be number 1, number 2, Mario and Zelda.
yeah, your 1 and 2 game from 2017. That's awesome. I ended up.
And I'm very surprised. One of the big surprises that initially doing this is how far up Fire Emblem Three Houses went. Because I was not expecting that game to be as good as it was when it released last year. And I definitely did not expect that game to go over games like, say, Doom 2016 or even like freaking other stuff,
Yeah. So I went. I was as a Google Doc, so I went ahead and sent you your bracket so you can see it the way it was typed out. So
right.
yeah, this was fun. I had a lot of fun with this. It's
Oh my god.
definitely really excited for next week. But yeah, so you had number 1 Mario Odyssey, number 2 Breath of the Wild, and number 3 Fire Emblem Three Houses, number 4 Celeste. So very cool. Yeah, that's really, I had a lot of fun with this. It was funny when I decided to do this. I was looking at this our show it's gonna be releasing. It should be out. It's already been out for a few days now, but I released it. I was like, oh man, we got like 2 or 3 topics. We're gonna be done in half an hour. I'm like, this will fill at least another half an hour. Here we are.
Oh my god.
2 hours and 45 minutes into our recording session. And I'm like, we did a whole episode and then made a whole another episode. And then next week we're going to do a whole episode and then we're going to do my version. So what I'm going to do is, because I don't want to look at mine, I'm going to put the bracket together. I'm going to do the first round.
Okay.
I'm going to put it in our show notes and then I'm going to send it to you. So next week you can do mine because I don't want to see my matchups after the first round. So that way I can have the surprises like you had. But yeah.
Oh my god.
So thank you guys so much.
I'll tell you what.
Yeah, go ahead.
Before we go, I'll just say this. Thank you, Tyler, for coming up with this type of situation, this type of game in and of itself, because that's awesome. I wasn't even thinking. I was actually totally caught off guard with this, to be perfectly honest with you. But what's most surprising and what's hilarious about it, the top 4 games, whether it be Mario Odyssey, Zelda, Fire Emblem Three Houses, and Celeste, all of them are Switch games.
Yeah. Well, Celeste isn't a Switch game, but it was first on
Switch. Tells me
Switch.
how much I enjoy my fucking Nintendo consoles.
Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. It's funny to think about it. You played all 4 of those games on your Switch, so that's pretty funny. But yeah, thank you guys for.
Still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. Are you still here? Oh, Gables.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm here.
Okay, cool.
I'm here.
All right, I had a little issue there, but yeah, thank you guys so much for listening. We'll be back in a few days with a normal show, but I hope you guys enjoyed this. We'll be back next week. We'll do a normal show, and then we'll do my bracket. But yeah, once again, thanks for listening. I was Tyler.
And I've been Colonel Gables. See you next time, everyone.
Bye, guys.
See ya.